Hello everyone, my name is Denise Carr and I am a faculty partner with Cengage. I teach management at Pellissippi State Community College in Knoxville, Tennessee. I teach both online and face-to-face classes. I began using MindTap about 2 years ago when I realized that it was harder and harder to connect with my students using the traditional methods. Before I used MindTap, I assigned chapter readings, end of chapter assignments, and for my online students, I even had them do discussion posts as well. But I noticed that I wasn't getting through to them. And so in order to do that, I decided that I'm going to have to incorporate some sort of digital component, since that's how most of our students today relate to and engage with their surroundings, their environment, and even how they get information. From a management professor perspective, what I consider my job is, as soon as my students graduate, I want them ready and fully prepared to assume the responsibilities of being a manager. And in order to do that, I really needed them to engage with the content and even with each other. And so that's why I started using MindTap ultimately. And my greatest challenge was getting them to actually think and act like managers whenever I couldn't even get them to absorb any of the content or information that I was explaining to them. So some of the things that I use in MindTap that have really been helpful have been the chapter assignments and the mini simulations. The chapter assignment really helps students go from a basic understanding of the concepts to being able to apply those concepts in real life situations. And of course, the lead question, the last question in the assignments for each chapter, gives students a scenario and then asks them to identify how the chapter relates to that scenario. And these questions are great because it really encourages critical thinking. They can't just go look up the answer or find a definition. They really have to understand the material and then apply that material to the concepts. I also like the mini simulations because this gets students actually thinking like a manager. It puts them in a manager's shoes and gives them a scenario where they have to make the decisions and key choices themselves. And then it also tells them what the consequences are of whatever choice they make. The last thing that I think has been really helpful for me and my students, and really helping them experience what it's like as a manager, have been the group assignments, especially with my online students. Really, it's a struggle to get them to feel a sense of community and engagement in the course, and so that's really helped with that. But another benefit that I've noticed is that it helps them problem solve situations in real time with each other. Things like conflicts have to be resolved, arranging meetings whenever everybody has a busy schedule, things that actual managers really have to do on a daily basis. And then, of course, the UCU application within MindTap is also a way that they can hold each other accountable, and I can hold them accountable, so that I'm able to look and see who has spent time in the application, who's uploaded documents, who's been posting messages. I can even see the recorded videos of their meetings. So that's been really beneficial. I've been using MindTap, especially with that UCU application for the group projects. I have seen the best group work turned in out of the whole 11 years that I've been teaching principles of management. So really, I have really embraced MindTap, and my students have as well. And overall, for the last 2 years, when I compare the average grade and outcomes on my classes before MindTap, the grades have improved and the assessment outcomes have improved by 15%. So it's working, and that's how I know that. And I'm just glad that my students are having a better learning experience because of it.